I'm also trying to like read the chat and stuff. Cool Julius 14. Yeah, man, thank you for watching the videos. Appreciate it. Anything in particular? Was it tournaments or was it the one credit completions? Anything like that? All right, one more run here for this. I was just gonna hit the start button to go for the Drew's enhanced tower edition, but that is not in this. All right, well, let's get focused here. I guess I'll wind up probably just putting this whole stream up too. Alright, so it's 6 hits. Alright, so that's five hits for sure there. So I'm just using MAME 119. I think it's April 2019. And basically you just rename the zip file UMK3, and then when you load your list, it'll say UMK3 is not available, but if you go to play it, it'll work anyway. And it'll tell you it has like the wrong ROM sets, but just go through the prompts and you'll still be able to play. So. And if you're tuning in from Rio Stream, this is just MAME. This is not the arcade collection. I'm just kind of getting to play this stuff for the first time. Conqueror gave me a copy that he got for MAME, and that he's been looking through the code and just trying to confirm everything and get all the data. I know Drew's probably doing that too. That's such a great combo. And that combo is just, I mean, that was possible in Juggernaut Hack and in any version that has Noob Saibot playable, even like the boss version. I mean, these are basically boss properties as it is. This walk speed and everything. Trying my best to not just sit here and teleport over and over again. It's very tempting sometimes, though. You can see they just can't do anything without it. I'll probably save it for against the endurance now. Is this noob better than the trilogy version? Absolutely not. So the little juggle that I'm doing here is sort of like an appetizer for what he can do in trilogy. So he has like a hit limit, but he can do it sooner. Like he can do the move again sooner. But in trilogy, he has no limit to how many times he can do the move. It's just that you have to put more time in between each usage for it. And it's harder to do on some characters, and it's impossible to do on other characters. But the real problem with him is his disabler, which is the ghost ball, as some people call it, and like that is just so fast, and you know you can't attack, you can't block. You can still move around, so you can try to avoid him a little bit, but if he hits you with that, he just does a teleport, and the teleport's basically unblockable in that situation. I mean, it technically is, but it's like unavoidable almost. So he's a big problem in trilogy. All right, we're getting there.
Flawless victory. Round 1, fight.
Is there any reason they can't get Noob's name from trilogy in these arcade? No, there's no technical reason why they can't. It's just that they don't want to modify these games that much. They want to leave them pretty much as close to the original as possible, which is probably why they didn't fix the music in trilogy. I really don't think anybody would have been too upset by that. I know there's people who are just like, oh, the slower music make it more ominous and stuff, but it's a mistake. It's not like they did it on purpose. It's not like they rearranged the tracks and made this more like spooky sort of sound, sort of like a Doom on like PlayStation or something. So I don't know. I think that would be extremely forgivable if they did that. And it would be really easy to do that. You can just replace the audio tracks as like an ISO. So that's, you know, just an example of something that would be very simple to fix, and they didn't, so there must be a reason why they didn't. It's so funny that they did that. Again, I was saying before, this is like Chicago style. Yeah, he was like 20 years ago, you know, between like 15 and 20 years ago when we were still kind of toying with trilogy tournaments, since emulation was really only starting to become reliable, probably in like the mid 2000s. Once like the I don't know, I guess like the Pentium 4. No, I gotta do a better combo than that, but yeah. Yeah, that's the striker whistle from the Friendship. When you do a relaunch combo in Wavenet, and this is something I don't think I ever talked to anybody about. I mentioned it before, that they decided to add like a hit limit for relaunchers, and when they do it, they thought it would be cute to, you know, add the whistle in and basically like, you know, like stop, you know. In what way is it cheating for a whistle to happen? That's not why. It's cheating to use the relaunch combos because it's an infinite, and back in the day, infinites were, I would say, like, you know what? I'm going to be honest. They're probably still just as, like, scrutinized, but it's not really, you know, people aren't really concerned about it. They just try to get rid of infinites as much as possible in these games. So what that does is that kind of like limits the comboing system in some ways. But they're still crazy stuff, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just get some teleports in here. Simon Quest, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Nice combo. You can get 50 off that. Oh my god. That is wild. Yeah, it does nerf some of the low-tier characters, like Classic Sub. It really, really hurts him. It would definitely hurt maybe like Sonya. Not so much Sindel. She's a little bit more difficult to get relaunches with. It would hurt Kano against some characters. You gotta remember, like, the characters that it's possible against with the characters who have them. But yeah, definitely Classic Sub-Zero. That's a big, big hit. Alright, give me a baton dash. Yeah, she's still got 80% in this, right? Maybe I'll just play as her a little bit after this. Boom. Oh my god. Alright, we'll get another round against him. I want to see if I can get some better combos versus him. Yeah, you got to remember, like, this was almost 30 years ago when this was done, so it's not like they didn't have everything figured out, and maybe what they thought was bad, like, really wasn't. Limited exposure too. If most of the changes were based on just like Chicago player input, you know, whatever their style was really what influenced it. Yeah, Striker. I mean, between the relaunch nerf and the gun nerf, Striker's like practically back to MK3 status. that up. I keep missing that. So I was just using his teleport against Shao Kahn, and I guess it must have hit him. So originally in UMK3 when they added human smoke, the stage would switch. I forgot I'm on triple endurance. I gotta pay attention. They just for whatever reason did not. I guess they linked the character to that stage somehow, where they perhaps overlapped code where it never like moves it to the next stage. So it's the same thing with Noob Saibot in this, since his stage is technically Noob's Dorphin. It's just linked to him, so it's probably part of that code is still there. So it just doesn't change the stage. But that was like changed in hacks and stuff, so we kind of forget that was a thing a little bit. Oh my god. He didn't teleport. I wonder if I can get it. I can probably get another jab before that. I guess the closest thing you could compare it to is sort of like Street Fighter 2. Like, you always play the characters again on their stages. So it's kind of like the same concept, but they didn't have that in this, except for boss characters or hiddens and stuff. So like if you were in like MK2, you'd probably play like Jade or, you know, Smoke or whatever, always on, and Noob Saibot, always on Goro's Lair. Bounces a little bit too far away there, but it's alright. Okay. Alright, so Motaro was very easy both times. Let's see. But we didn't get any glitches on him. He can't just do it infinitely, like, it has to be comboed. And of course you can just do the old strategies, just walk in, run in, jump over him, combo. Super, super easy. Now I'm thinking of what I gotta do with Shao Kahn. Just gotta be patient. A few lasers for you. Blocked it. All right. One more shot here. How did he miss that? Seems really slow. Alright, that's one down. Favorite home version of UMK3? Probably the best version is probably still the Xbox Live Arcade version. It's just that you can't change buttons. It sucks. Oh my god. What a jerk. Why is that missing? And even the follow-up is missing. I should just do a teleport. Bug it out again. Alright. 1 credit completion for Noob Saibot. And Wavenet UMK3. Didn't have that on my 2025 bingo card, but here it is. And we get to see the ending. Headlock Gaming comes in just in time to see the finish here. We got 1776 productions in here. We're just going to do tournament outcome to continue this for my series, as this is would be considered an official port of UMK3. But yeah, so in this you have to do high punches because 1 low punch blocked in the corner pushes you away, which clearly they were aware of, like the corner jab infinites already back then. People think that stuff was only discovered like the 2010s or something, but no, it was always there. All right, so let's just do a run with Sindel, but I'm just gonna be back in 1 second. My cat has been scratching at my door for like a half hour, so I'll be right back, and you can just hang out for a second.